Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is learning how to cut any subject out of Photoshop so that you can put that subject on any background that you choose to put it on. This is especially useful in like studio photography where you need to get something off of a green screen or a blue screen background, or for just having fun like we're going to do today with a picture of my beta. Alright, so now that Photoshop is open, what you want to do first is make a copy of your background. So how you do that is by pushing Control J on your keyboard if you're using Windows. I'm not sure with Mac, but I'd assume it's very similar. And then you're going to want to make this one invisible, your background layer, so that it doesn't really interfere with what you're doing to your copy of the background layer. First thing you're going to do with your duplicated layer is go over here to this Channels tab down in the bottom right, click that, turn them all off except for one at a time, and you're going to go through them and figure out which one has the highest contrast between the subject and the background. So if we go through these, it looks like probably green or blue. We're going to say blue is going to be our best bet. So we're going to leave that at blue, go back to our Layers tab, also in the bottom right. We're going to come up here to this tool, which you can also reach with the shortcut W. Go up to the toolbar up here where it says Select and Mask. Click that bar. And then you'll come up with something like this. It may look a little bit different depending on which one of these up here in the top right, the view that you have selected. My favorite is overlay. The key for that is V. So once you get here, just hit V, you'll be in overlay and you'll be all set to go. Come up here to the top left. You're going to want a little bit of a larger brush size, at least to get started, just so that you can have it kind of like big details, and then we'll get to the finer stuff later on. So I'm going to start with a brush size of probably close to actually 100. So what we're going to do once we have a brush size where we want it, so 100 looks about right, we're going to go up here to this plus sign so that we can add things to the mask, things that show through, and we're going to just start drawing on our beta fish, or whatever you're going to be masking. And since our background is so contrasted with our foreground, our subject, this is going to be a very easy process. So now that we've got kind of a rough go at it, we're going to go in a little closer. We're going to bring our brush size down to more along the lines of 25. And we're going to just fill in these minor details. You're going to get in a little closer. You start doing a little bit finer adjustments. If you don't want to go all the way up to the minus symbol every time you need to make an adjustment, you can just hold Alt while you click and drag and it will do the same thing. Make my brush size just a hair smaller, probably down to 15. And add this into our mask. The more zoomed in you are, the easier this is to be precise. So when you get into these finer details like this, I would really recommend zooming in as far as you can and still be able to tell what's going on in your image. Alright, so now that that's cut out, we're going to shift the edge in -5, just so it tightens it up a little bit, makes our edge a little sharper. And then we're going to hit OK down here, and then we've got our fish cut out. So now that we've done this, we're going to go back to Channels, enable the full RGB so our fish is back in color, and then we're going to go back to Layers here. We're going to make a new layer with this little thing down here. It looks like a little sticky note being peeled up. Click on that, drag it down beneath the current layer so that you can color the background. Come over here to your paint bucket tool, hotkey G, and then click in that new layer. With beta, I like to do black just because they stand out so well. So we're going to zoom out on that, and there's our image. We went from this to this. And it looks pretty good. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Leave a like on this video if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe for weekly content. And I'll see you guys next time.